Hello everyone and welcome to Craftworks. Today I'm going to make this monochromatic card and I am using the Botanical Texture Designer Series paper for this, and so I can show it to you on my phone just because I don't have, let me just see what I have got. I don't have lots of the paper left, so I've got this sheet here and that's the back. This one and the back. So it is all black and white. These are the ones I'm using today. I love the wood grain on that. And this one I've actually coloured in purple because you can. And I think that's it. I may be missing one or two sheets. So like I say, I've used all of it, and I have paired it with the stamp set called Gallery Blooms, and I really love this flower, and this sentiment comes from, what does that one come from? I think it's called Unbounded Love. So I love the happy birthday sentiment in that one, so I've used it here on this card. This is my July class project, and it's got some really lovely sentiments, and so that's why I'm using that one. I didn't want to make a sympathy card just because it's black and white. It didn't need to be a sympathy card. So let's get on with the card. I am using these embellishments. I believe they may be in the clearance rack. The reason I'm doing that is initially I wasn't going to put any gems, but I did get an inky mark right here. So we call that an embellishment opportunity. So it fits in the envelope like this. It stands up like this. And there's your panel to write your sentiment on. So this is really super quick and easy, and the measurements I've tried to make as simple as possible. So an 8 inch scored at 4. This is 5 3/4, and then what I did is on the front here I've scored it at 1 inch. Okay, so I'm just going to get my bone folder, and I'm going to give that a good press. I'm going to peel this piece back and give that a good press. So the inside of my card is 5 3/4 by 5 1/2, and what I've done is I have cut a 1 1/2 inch strip just to go down that edge, because you will see this piece when we close the card. So I'm going to glue that in first. I'm going to glue this piece on first. And I'm trying to line it up as best as I can, because what I don't want is a white border when I pop it down. There we go. I'm happy with that. Is that straight? Not especially, but it's on now. So this piece is for my stamping, so I'll come back to that in a second. So this is a 1 inch piece here, so this one measures 3/4 of an inch by 5 1/2, and then this piece sits inside there. Now you could make this larger and have less of a border, but I actually quite liked it like that. So that's 1/2 inch by, I've forgotten what I've already told you, 5 1/4. So I'm just going to run that down there. I'm just going to bring that down just a smidge and over here. Ooh. And now I'm going to place that on our card. That's that piece down. And now for this piece here, I'm using this patterned piece. So this piece measures 2 3/4 by 5 1/2, and then 2 1/2 by 5 1/4. Okay, so I will pop these on. Now is not a good time to run out of glue. And this is non-directional, these papers, which is really lovely. So I don't have to worry about which way up the pattern is going to go. And now this piece is going on there. So I can set that to one side. Now my black panel, which is going to go on the front of here, this measures 3 inches by 4 1/2, and the white piece that I'm going to stamp on is 2 3/4 by 4 1/4, and I'm using this big stamp here. Just going to move that out of the way. Now I think I could probably use a bit of a re-ink on this pad. And I'm going to set that down, pressing firmly. Gorgeous, love that. And my sentiment is just for you. There we go. Right, I'm going to move those out of the way and move my ink as well. And now this is going to stick onto my other piece here. So to stick this down, this piece down onto our card, okay, what I did was I lined it up with this edge, the edge of the card, and an even border top and bottom. I then lifted it up where directly behind, and you're going to need a tape runner or tearing tape or something, because the Tombow glue I think will take too long. So I'm literally lifting my finger and running a straight line down the bottom. And now I'm going to put this back. Again, I'm not setting it down yet. I'm just having a look. Top and bottom. And there it is. So because I've literally just put one line of glue, it lines up with that edge. I will add some of the bling, even though I think it's in the clearance rack. And I don't have any mistakes to cover over this time. I think it does finish it off quite nicely. So I'm going to pop one there. And one here. And one there. And there we have it. Really quick and easy card. You can use any colours you like. I think it would just work really well, and it's going to stand up on the mantelpiece like this, fit in one of our envelopes, and I think it's just really striking and pretty. So this is the other card, so I've used the different DSPs. So thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you give this type of card a try. See you soon. Bye bye.